Today I will be giving you guys the biggest tips to help you make the perfect build on day one of NBA 2K24. You definitely want to make sure you get your build right in this 2K because as you guys know, it is gonna be 400,000 VC. Basically to make a build. Each build is gonna cost a lot of VC, so you don't want to put a lot of VC into the wrong build. Now, I know most of you probably saw that today, people were able to play NBA 2K24 early. The game hasn't officially come out yet. And with that being said, from the gameplay that I saw today, I knew it was going to be rough, but a lot of people currently cannot shoot in this game. That's probably going to change in the future, but I just want to make sure that I am able to help you guys make the most perfect build. That way you don't have to waste time. So straight into the first tip, pause, is by not making your build immediately. Don't load up 2K and make your build immediately. Don't let that be the first thing that you do. You don't touch a single thing else but the builder. What I suggest and what I think is a good idea, but y'all can let me know down in the comments what you think, is play a game on Hall of Fame difficulty. Test out the gameplay. See how smooth it feels. There is no need to force yourself into the park immediately. Play the game on Hall of Fame. Test out people's jump shots. Test out the timing. Test out the rating. With the way I saw people bricking shots today, I just want to let you know that you should probably make sure whatever build that you think can shoot, can actually shoot. So if you want to have an 83-point shot, get into the play now. Go find somebody with an 83-point shot, play on Hall of Fame, and see how it feels. And obviously I understand that the My Player builder has its own tester, so whatever build you make, you can test it out anyways. But I feel like it would just be a little bit easier to play now on Hall of Fame with like the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference. Nothing but all-star players. And just testing out different ratings on these players. But like I said, if you guys just want to dive into the build tester and leave it at that, then go ahead. But also remember the build tester does not have SIGs, and you can only use one jump shot at a time as you go in there. So the choice is up to y'all boys. But regardless what you want to do, just make sure that you test the game out before anything. Now this next tip that I have for you guys, people that just go on YouTube and type in best build on 2K and take the first video they see, probably aren't gonna like this tip that I have. But I think you guys should make your builds off of build templates. That's just me. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And I don't think that's crazy. I mean, for your very first build, 2K has put in NBA build templates that resemble NBA stars. Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. We had so many years of people using NBA star names and putting it on their build. John Morant build, Shaq build, LeBron James build. And now we actually have the blueprint for it, the template. So what I suggest is that you really look at the build templates and see what build you think fits your playstyle. And this is the best part about it. Whatever build you find, you can adjust from there. You don't have to worry about putting up this, putting up that, putting up this, putting up that. You can find a template that's close to what you want and then edit it to make it exactly how you want. I just personally think that's a better idea for your first build than making it from scratch, because I know you guys want to run to YouTube and find the best build out there. There are so many videos that chances are it's going to take you the whole night to do it, and chances are your build is going to have no originality to it. And as a YouTuber, I get that people like seeing good builds and copying it, but I can promise you that whatever build you're gonna copy from somebody else on YouTube, at least a month down the road, another build is gonna come out that's gonna be insane regardless. Someone else is gonna find something. And that's fine, because honestly, nobody is finding the greatest build in the whole game on day one. But you can find the perfect build for you, for your playstyle, for how you wanna play the game. And as a matter of fact, like I said, my first build will be from an NBA build template. And when I go crazy with it, just know I try to tell y'all. But for the second tip, I personally think you guys should definitely make build templates. But I wouldn't keep them exactly how they are. I would edit them just a little bit. Put some differences in there. Make yourself a little bit lighter. Wingspan a little bit longer. Make yourself taller if you feel like. But for the most part, I think there are some really good templates that y'all need to look into. For my third tip that should help a lot, I feel like for all the people that want to shoot in this game, there's going to be a couple paint beasts, there's going to be a couple slashers. That's fine. But for all the people that want to shoot in this game, upgrade your mid-range. Don't have a terrible mid-range. If I had to say, I'd say make it at least 80 plus. Like I said earlier, I saw people that were playing NBA 2K24 early. They had upgrades and they could not shoot at all. So for people like us that haven't played the game yet, we don't know how hard it's gonna be. That's why I say test out your ratings. But 2K has been telling us for at least 3 weeks plus that the mid-range this year is gonna be great. I've heard every big name person in this community say it. The mid-range is important this year. Yes, having a high 3-point shot is amazing, that's perfect. But as we've known throughout the years, adding to your 3-point shot is going to cost you more when making your build than it would if you just added to your mid-range. Me personally, I'm probably gonna make a big man build, and I really want him to be deadly from the mid-range area. Probably more than I do from the 3. So I'm gonna upgrade my mid-range, that way I can do things like dribble pull-ups, turnaround jumpers, working down low in the post. So that's all I'm really trying to say, because this year they buffed the mid-range and they nerfed the 3-point. You can't hit fades from the 3-point line like that. That's what Mike Wang said. Fades from the 3-point definitely got nerfed, but fades from the mid-range, especially if you have a high mid-range, should be lethal. So if you guys are making like a paint beast or something, or a slasher, don't pay attention to that tip. But if you want to have a build that can shoot, please pay attention to that. Now I was gonna make this 5 tips, and the last tip is gonna be the easiest one, and that's just a pause, bro. That's just a pause. But for my 4th tip, pause. I think that you guys should make a build that's great at something. Great at something. Don't make a build that's average at everything. Don't come out here with contact dunks, but you got a 60 close shot. Like, don't do that to yourself, bro. Not this year. That might have worked last year because paint defense was so trash, but they buffed paint defense. So I know everybody is trying to get that build that can shoot, play make, and slash, and play defense. And if I'm being honest, we just gotta be real for now. That build isn't really there yet. Maybe somebody will find that down the road, but that's not really out yet. And if it is, trust me, there's some holes in that build. But if you want to chance that, then you can chance that. If you want to be able to get contact dunks but have a 60 driving layup, then do what you gotta do. Just remember, you gotta time your layups with that 60 driving layup too. You gotta green layups now, just saying. But you could definitely be good in 2 categories too, but just make sure there's a category that you're amazing at. If you want to slash heavy, bro, make sure your slashing is like that. Make sure you can slash heavy. If you want to shoot threes like crazy, and that's all you care about is pulling threes, make sure your build can do that. Especially with how I was seeing people bricking shots earlier, you definitely need to make sure your build is strapped. If you want to be a playmaker, don't come out here with no 80 ball handle and say that's fine. Or just because you get D-Stags, you're going to be fine. Because when that lockdown with a 95 steal presses you with the upgraded defense that we have, and you fold under pressure, it's going to look bad. It's going to look terrible. But like I said, don't be average at everything. Make sure there's something that your build is great at off rip. And for my final tip, pause. My final piece of advice for y'all boys, everyone does this. This is so obvious. That's why I saved it for last. Just make sure you are checking your badges as you are making your build also. Definitely want to make sure that the badges that you feel like you need for your build and your play style, the badges that you want gold and that you want Hall of Fame, make sure you have them at that. Now this is when you can go into the build tester and put those same badges on and see how they feel also. That's when it's the perfect time to do that. 2K made sure to go into detail with these badge requirements. It's a big list with a lot of details on what you need to get a certain badge. And we don't really know what the elite badges are gonna be yet. But we do know that they still have the badges in from last year, the same recycled badges that do what we need them to do. Nothing wrong with Green Machine, nothing wrong with Slithery, nothing wrong with any good badge from last year being gold or Hall of Fame for you. So I really don't want to talk about it too much because like I said, I feel like that's just super obvious. That's just a no-brainer. Make sure your badge ratings are solid. And that's really all I have for y'all boys. I high-key gotta prepare myself for 2K. I'm gonna use every single one of these tips to make a demigod build that I will probably be putting out tomorrow for y'all. And when that build is a demigod, I'm gonna say I told you so. That's all I'm gonna say. So you don't gotta agree with what I said in this video, but the proof will be here tomorrow. But we got a new 2K coming tonight, boys. Let's get active. I wanna see y'all going crazy. Let's get active. Let's get in the builder and make the perfect build for our play styles. Thank y'all for watching this video. I will catch y'all tomorrow.